The University of North Carolina taking a stand against woke culture by ditching diversity, equity, and inclusion statements from hiring and admission and promotion and tenure. So here to react, North Carolina Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson. Lieutenant Governor, thanks for being with us this morning. Tell us a little bit about this movement by UNC. I guess the best way to understand it is tell me how UNC was using DEI policies before this change.
Well, I don't know. I'm not intimate with the interworkings of the university. I know it from an overhead view, and from my purview, what I see that conservative voices, those folks who don't go along with the status quo, who push back against the status quo, the agenda of the status quo in any way, by and large, those people I've heard have been pushed aside. Their voices are not met with a friendly response, and in some cases, pushed out completely.
You know, I think I certainly know I can speak for myself. I don't know if I can speak for others as well on this, but I think a lot of people want to see simply merit drive the way. And it's no one's opposition to the concept of diversity. It's actually hoping for race-neutral policies instead of race-conscious policies, right? So what I've seen personally, Lieutenant Governor, for example, in the state of Texas, every time there's been an attempt to move back towards merit and away from race, there are new policies put in place to work around that. Is this what I'm here to ask you is, do you think this move by UNC will be something that can actually push the system back towards race neutrality? Or will they simply find new ways, whether or not we're talking about professors or admissions offices or whatever, maybe find new ways to focus on race?
Absolutely. I believe that's exactly what it's trying to combat. But what this really boils down to is maturity. If these folks in these positions are mature, and if they're really committed to the ideal of diversity and inclusion, that they would include everybody. That includes voices that are that counter their own narrative, that counter quite frankly, their own beliefs. But they don't. I can prove that by one statement. I'm certainly a strong conservative. I've said maybe some controversial things that some people might consider controversial, but still, I am the first Black lieutenant governor of North Carolina, and I check all the quote boxes of the left. I was poor, Black. I overcame all those things. Only a scant few of these universities have invited me onto their campuses, even to tour the campuses.
Is that right?
And very few of them promote the fact that I was able to overcome all those odds and become the first Black lieutenant governor. So I don't believe that they live up to their own standards, quite frankly.
That's a fascinating personal testimony. Out of curiosity, really quick, Lieutenant Governor, where'd you go to college?
I started out at the University of North Carolina at A&T, and I finished just recently at the University of North Carolina at Greensboro and had a wonderful experience. It's a great school.
Have A&T or Greensboro invited you back?
They have not, but that's just a sign of the time, sadly.
Well, A&T and Greensboro, there you go. There's your next commencement speaker right there on the screen next to me, the Lieutenant Governor of North Carolina. Thank you for being with us this morning.
Thank you, sir.
All right.